Welcome back. You're watching Markets at Noon on ET Now, and it's raining earnings. And Biocon also reported a skew to earnings. My colleague Pankaj caught up with the management. Listen in to what they had to say.
As you remember, we got the interchangeability approval in July from US FDA, which itself was a big milestone for us. And as you very rightly said, we also announced some very important news yesterday, which was pertaining to the inclusion of our biosimilar insulin glargine branded Semglee in the national preferred formulary of Express Scripts. As you know, is one of the largest pharmacy benefit managers or PBMs in the US. And this particular, event is a very significant development because Express Scripts covers over 28 million lives. And we believe that this actually allows us a very strong, opportunity to gain significant market share in the US, given that Express Scripts has actually now excluded Lantus and given us the preferred status as the glargine of choice. So I think this is a significant development for us, and we believe that the contribution of insulin glargine will start kicking in from obviously the next 2 quarters, and therefore we believe that although the actual the formulary kicks into action on 1st of January, obviously supplies will start from this quarter. And we believe that H2 will therefore be a significantly strong quarter, a significantly strong financial period for us.
Correct. Also, just wanted to understand about the results. Can you just talk about the results? Biologics, what happened, other formulation businesses, what happened in the previous quarter, how did it go? And then we can take on the forward-looking statements as well.
Yeah, so as you know, the biologics performance was, very strong this quarter. We had a 10% year-on-year growth in terms of revenues. We also had a very good performance when it came to Ebitda and profit before tax. Our revenues jumped to 743 crores this quarter. Ebitda was up 72% at 303 crores this quarter. And core Ebitda margins were also significantly up. They stood at 304 crores, which was up 15% at a 42% margin level. And profit before tax also was at 119 crores, which was up 47% year on year. So overall, a very strong performance from the biologics business. You had also recently heard that Syngene also declared a very good set of numbers. We did see a muted performance of generics, which saw a revenue decline of 12%, and that really dragged down the overall financials at a consolidated level. But having said that, I think we remain very confident that this is at an inflection point, and the generics business also saw a very important milestone, which was that it had its first day one launch with everolimus, which is the biosimilar, the generic version of Afinitor. And, we believe that this particular event will also allow it to have a very strong H2 performance, unlike the H1 performance that has been very muted due to many reasons, including the fact that it has had a lot of disruptions in supply chain and operations.
Right, understood, ma'am. Ma'am, also I just wanted to check about, what's the latest as far as, launches in biosimilar is concerned, the aggressive target that one had given earlier. Are you on track to meet that, which means that H2, the following year, growth will be led significantly by the biologics business?
Pankaj, you'll remember that we had actually corrected our forecast of $1 billion target by FY22, which, as you know, is not realistic, given the kind of COVID challenges that we had to, face, including the fact that even today, Our biosimilar bevacizumab remains in that sort of state of limbo because we have seen a delayed approval due to COVID travel restrictions, and we are still awaiting the pre-approval inspections to get that particular biosimilar approved. So we still have no visibility on when that will happen. So we're hoping it will happen sooner than later, because now that the world is in a safer place and travel is opening up, we hope that we will see this inspection taking place sooner than later. Aspart is also on track to receive approval, hopefully in the first quarter of next calendar year. And as you know, at least we were able to get US FDA to come and inspect our Malaysia facilities in September. We have provided them with a CAPA response to their inspection observations, but we remain very confident that we should get the approval in first quarter of next calendar year. So I think overall, our launches are delayed, but we are very confident that we will continue to launch these products in both the US, European, and emerging markets.
Ma'am, could you also just talk to us about the vaccination 100 crore PM speech today? What do you make of it? Do you think this will be a case study, how we have done so much vaccination so fast? We've been able to control, open up better than others. Of course, it's a proud moment, but at the same time, one does not need to lose the strings. One does not need to, get particularly happy about it.
Well, I think as the Prime Minister has said, this is a humongous milestone which the nation must proudly celebrate, and it has. I think the Prime Minister has rightly said that this has been a massive collective effort, but I would like to call out Serum Institute, who has actually provided a large part of these vaccines. I think it's nearly 90% of the billion doses that have been delivered, which was provided by Serum Institute. And this actually tells you the importance of calling out this event, because I think India has done it through its own capabilities, its own capacities. That's what I think makes this milestone a very important milestone, because it's Indian vaccine makers who have actually allowed us to vaccinate 1 billion people thus far, or deliver 1 billion doses thus far. Of course, many other vaccine makers are also now following up with their own vaccines. And I'm very confident with the kind of vaccine capacities that we have in our country, we will be able to, I'm sure, vaccinate the remaining, 80 or 75% of people who still need the second dose. But I'm very confident we'll be able to do that over the next few months. I believe that we cannot afford to be complacent, because we have seen breakthrough infections in many other parts of the world, despite being vaccinated at a very high level. We need to now get ready for booster doses, hopefully early next year. But we are in a much safer place. One good thing is that those who have received 2 doses, certainly we are seeing all over the world that hospitalization has been prevented, severe disease is being prevented. And I think this is something that we need to feel very secure about.